On this video I'm going to be showing how the MJ attribute works, and I will also be teaching you how easy it is to use custom media queries in MJML. Hey, what's up everyone, my name is Tobias and welcome to MJML. So, the MJ-BREAKPOINT attribute, what does it do? To understand this better, I'm first going to be looking up the definition of the MJ-BREAKPOINT attribute on the MJML documentation page. After that, we'll dive into Visual Studio Code and see what it does on the code side. So we have arrived on the documentation page for MJML, and we search up the MJ-BREAKPOINT attribute. And the definition they give us is that this tag allows you to control on which breakpoint the layout should go from desktop to mobile. And how you use this element is that you place it inside your header tags and define the width where you want your layout to switch from desktop to mobile. Alright, we're in Visual Studio now, and as you can see I've created a really simple structure here. We got a body with a background of like a grayish tone, and a column with a white background so we can see better what we're doing, and a simple MJ text attribute. So let's convert our MJML file into HTML. That's done. And now let's actually watch the file. And for that we're using this command, the MJML watch command. This will watch your MJML file's changes and update it live into your HTML file. Alright, now it says now watching. Let's open up the HTML file in Visual Studio. Alright, there it is. And let's split the editor and remove this one. Okay, now let's take a look at HTML first. We can see here, this is our media query for our normal breakpoint that MJML defines is 480 pixels. And what this does is every column, it gives a width of 100% for 80 pixels. So let's see what happens if we insert an MJ breakpoint. And we will give this a width of 600 pixels. I'll save this. As you can see, the media query actually changes to 600 pixels. So now, whenever we're on 600 pixels, it will switch the width to 100%. And that's literally how the MJ breakpoint works. If you want the breakpoint to be higher or lower, you just insert whatever value of pixels you want. So that's it for the MJ breakpoint attribute. I don't recommend you use this MJ breakpoint attribute all that much and just simply stick to the 480 pixels predefined breakpoint, as this is the most used. Alright, let's remove our MJ breakpoint and insert MJ style tags. MJ style tags are used for custom CSS, and since a media query is custom CSS, that's what we're going to be using. Now to create our media query, we're going to do add media, max width, and let's say 480 pixels. Brackets, and that's it. Now let's say, for example, we want to change the font size of this text upon reaching this breakpoint to, let's say, be ridiculous 40 pixels. What you would want to do then is wrap this around the div and give it a class. Let's say the class is mobile. Then you go up in your media query and say mobile font size. This is not how you do font size in CSS. 40 pixels, and then you save. Now once we go to mobile, it will change the font size to 40 pixels. Now you could wrap this in every element you want. I'm using divs because it doesn't change up my other styles, but you could, for example, use a paragraph. As you can see, that works too. But for now, we're going to be using divs. Now let's see what else we can do. I'm going to create a new media query. Actually, let's copy this one. It's easier. And I want this, let's say, we're gonna center some text. So we do text line, and that's center. Alright, we're getting some errors. We need to close this. Now let's create a new div, and we'll give this div the class center text. Now, when we reach the mobile breakpoint, you're gonna see what happens. Text is gonna center. For clarity, let's remove this font size thingy. And as you can see, we go to center text. Another thing you could do is, let's say we want to remove this text upon reaching the breakpoint. We do display none. Save it. As you can see, when we go down, it will disappear and only the center text will be there. Another fun thing we could try and do is set the background for an MJ section once we hit our mobile breakpoint. So let's move this up a bit and say, copy this. We're gonna give it a class of BG, and we're gonna do background color green. Real simple, save. Now, when we go to our MJ section, we wanna say CSS class equals BG, and we're using CSS class because we're creating CSS styles. All right, so now when we go down to our mobile breakpoint, our section background will turn green. I hope this gave you a clear idea on how the MJ breakpoint attribute works and how you can create your custom media queries. As always, all the resources will be in the description down below, so make sure to check them out. And it would be awesome if you guys could leave a like on the comment and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more videos, and if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. That was it for this video. See you next time. Peace.